Today I fucked up by teaching my kid to trust fall on the count of 3. A few months ago, I would count to 3 and move my kid off balance a bit so she'd fall back into the palms of my hand as she fell. She loved it, I loved it, and a lot of fun was had. She is now a year old and still does this with great pleasure and even more gusto. Well, the other day, my wife and I were brushing our teeth and I was counting something on the counter, and when I got to 4, there was a thud and crying. The kid had fallen. Thinking it was an innocent accident, we brushed it aside and carried on with our lives. Then my wife was showing me 3 options for a cabinet she wants to build, and as she pointed them out to me, there was this again. How odd. Well, this morning, I was brushing my teeth with my daughter, who usually stands on a step stool by the sink, and I was showing her how to spit out the toothpaste. I pretended to brush and then I counted 1 2 3. And just as I bent down to pretend spit, my kid jumps backwards off the fucking step stool right onto the floor before I could do anything to help her. We tested it out again in her room, and counted whilst she was playing. Nothing. Oh good. We were just imagining it, we laughed. Then when she was engaging with us, I counted, and just like magic, she flopped over on her back. TL, doctor, I think I've trained my daughter to jump and fall backwards on 3. Honestly, made my day. I got her stop doing this with my brother. Damn, her, I was thinking it would build trust. My youngest likes dogs, but we don't have one, so I've been trying to show her how to pat a dog gently using a dog teddy. To make it realistic, I'd make a woof woof noise and she'd giggle like nothing else and pat it. She started randomly whacking me when we were out on walks and I couldn't work out why. Saw a dog in the park with her one day and said, "Look, woof woof," and she turned around and whacked me. Ah, I get it. She hears a dog bark and Pavlov response time, pat, see, whack. My dad similarly conditioned my nephew like this, but less dangerously. About a year ago, when my nephew was just about to turn 1, my dad started getting his attention by counting to 5 and opening a digit on his hand with each number. Once he reached 5, he would put his hand over nephew's face, to the delight of both. Now whenever my dad starts counting, my nephew will stick his face towards him regardless of where his attention is. Reminds me of the prank Jim played on White, where he started expecting an Altoids every time the computer dings. Today I fucked up by wolfing down a bag of chips with stinky pussy fingers. As a true today I fucked up, this happened a few minutes ago, and I figured I might as well try to get some Reddit karma out of my horrifying experience. I work overnights as a certified nursing assistant. As a CNA, my job is to watch the house while my client sleeps and tend to her needs if she wakes up. She's usually asleep by the time I get to the house and sleeps through the whole shift. She is severely intellectually disabled, and cannot do basic hygiene routines. She also struggles with incontinence. If she's awake by the time I get to work, I have her use the restroom before getting her in bed. She can't wipe herself and staff members have to do it for her, with gloves on, of course. She's almost elderly, so you can imagine how she smells down there because of years of incontinence issues. I've never minded the smell and I'm happy I can help her use the restroom. I got to work tonight and did my usual routine of having her use the restroom, laying her down, and then disinfecting the house. I changed my gloves in between doing these things. Once I was done cleaning, I scrubbed my hands with soap and water and put Netflix on my phone. Tonight I thought I'd treat myself to a bag of chips while indulging in my shows. After eating for a couple minutes, I started to notice a slight stinky pussy smell in the air. I looked over to see if my client had wet herself, and she didn't. Oh well, I thought, I must be trippin'. Couple more minutes goes by and I begin to notice the smell more and more. It dawns on me that it must be the tips of the fingers I used to wipe my client after she peed earlier. The same fingers I had been steadily plucking chips out of this bag with. Did the smell get through the gloves? That can't be, I thought. But oh, was I wrong? I took a whiff of my fingers and sure enough, stinky pussy smell. I smelled the inside of the chip bag and I caught a slight whiff of stinky pussy mixed with baked hot Cheetos. I jumped up from my cozy spot and scrubbed my hands with burning hot water and soap for Satan knows how long. I threw away the bag of chips. There was no way I could finish those. The smell went away, thankfully. Now I am left to think about the stinky pussy hot Cheetos that are digesting in my stomach. I'm not sure if I'll be able to eat baked hot Cheetos again, or anytime soon. Too long didn't read, wiped my client's vagina after she peed, and although I was wearing gloves, it left a stinky pussy smell on my fingers and I ate at least half a bag of baked hot Cheetos by the time I noticed. Today I fucked up never fails to amuse me. You're a true tofu. She might have yeast infection or something. But how far you job goes. Good luck with hopefully better gloves. She is prone to getting UTIs/yeast infections because of this. Day shift staff said she's been peeing herself more often lately, so she might be dealing with another one. I plan to reach out to management about it. Thank you for the reminder. It ain't easy being cheesy. Now I'm queasy. What kind of gloves are you using? Question mark. The wrong ones apparently. Hope you get to brush your teeth soon op. What a way to enjoy a snack. Hope the next bag is less aromatic. Today I fucked up by unknowingly rickrolling millions of people. Obligatory happened about 2 months ago, context starts 4 years ago. So, more than 4 years ago now I made a website as a hobby project to generate web pages with customized fake titles and descriptions that would actually just rickroll people. Fun idea, just some software practice back while I was still working more actively to level up, sparkles, as an engineer. Anyway, fast forward about 4 years, to late August this year, and I was on my server doing some maintenance on a different app of mine that I actually use semi-frequently, and I noticed that there were actually a kinda significant number of people making pages with the Rickroll app. I checked it out again myself and saw that the generated pages were actually broken so that the video wasn't playing. Went ahead and fixed the thing and didn't really think that much more about it. Fast forward again to the beginning of this October and I get a very unexpected, simply massive bill for outbound public data transfer from my one little server. Like, I don't actually want to say how much, but it was a lot. They were charging me for /100 terabytes at 1 cent per gigabyte, so you can do that math if you want. So I'm like, WTF? There's no way that this can be right. And I open a ticket with DigitalOcean support and complain that they're billing me wrong. And actually they were unbelievably nice and agreed to excuse the charges, since they were also like, you only have this one small server? This doesn't seem right. Yeah. BTW shameless plug. My experience with DigitalOcean has been great if you're looking for a web services provider that's not a massive corporation with questionable or straight up evil business practices. Anyway, I kept looking into it too. Added Google Analytics to the generated pages to get some actual tracking data to see how many views the pages people were creating were getting, and folks, it is a lot. As I mentioned, there were already a not insignificant number of people trying to make pages when the app was broken, and once I fixed it that number climbed pretty rapidly. Since I've been actually tracking it, the combined views for the pages people make are more or less than 1 million depending on the week. So like I said, I made this thing years ago as a hobby project and was obviously not thinking about how my joke rickrolling website would scale to millions of users, so I was, but am no longer lol, just hosting and serving an actual MP4 file of the music video directly from the server. As soon as I fixed the bug so that the video would actually play, I very quickly wound up unwittingly serving that video file to hundreds of thousands of people daily. And anyway, that's the story of how I became the foremost rickroll enabler on the internet, concretely tracked, indisputable, and what it almost cost me. TL Doctor. I fixed an app that I made for rickrolling people and got a bill for serving an MP4 of the iconic Ngiu music video to millions of people. Edit, typos and phrasing. You fucker, someone got me with your site with a Taco Bell is cancelling Baja Blast title a couple months ago, smiley face, smiley face. Yeah, you and about 619k others. That one's been vying for the top spot with Meg Thee Stallion nudes leaked for the last week lol. Haha, my favorite internet story of the day. You absolutely deserve an income stream from this wizardry. Just put an ad space on the generated page and earn dollar while Rick-rolling smile. I've actually been trying to figure something out for that. Apparently Google AdSense doesn't think thousands of duplicates of the same page that just Rick-rolls people counts as high quality content, so that was a non-starter lol. That is around $931. 100 terabytes equals 93,132.258 GB. 93,132.258 by 0.01 equals 931.32258. Your math is good. I should have said 100 TB too. But in that range, yeah.